Hey GCC, happy Friday, and I'm just sitting here in my office and thinking a lot about this coming weekend. I've been preparing for the message on that, and last weekend we looked at Peter's recognition that Jesus was the Messiah, and now we're going to be looking at three different times where Jesus kind of goes into detail about what it means that he was the Messiah, and then how the disciples reacted to those statements. And I think it'll be pretty surprising for us. I know it was for me as I've been researching through it. But there's a part of what we're going to touch on Sunday that I wanted to go in just a little bit deeper on, or just touch on right now, because I think it's pretty important. In Mark 10:45, Jesus says this: "For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve and give his life as a ransom for many." And I just thinking about that for a moment. We live in a time where the idea of we live in a culture where I think our culture would say, man, I would rather be served than to serve. But Jesus' statement, I think it tells us a couple things. One, when he says, I came to serve, not to be served, man, for one, that's relational. It's relational because you look at the people, anybody who approached Jesus, who sought Jesus, who looked for Jesus, he was accessible. It didn't matter who you were. Whether it was Nicodemus, the religious leader, Jesus opened his door to him. The Syrophoenician woman, who was a quadruple Gentile, who was one of those do not touch people, he opened his door for her. Whether they were Jews or whether they were people who were not Jews, as long as they were looking for Jesus, Jesus said, come, I'm here to serve you. And so he was incredibly relational. It was all about people and helping them find freedom from their hurts, habits, and hang-ups. But then the next thing that I see about Jesus' statement that he came to serve, not to be served, is that it is highly responsible. That Jesus didn't wait on somebody to ask him. Jesus took responsibility. He was very intentional about it. One thing that Hannah will often tell the kids is you need to look around and say, what needs to be done? What in my neighborhood, where is there a need? What needs to be done? Is there trash that needs to be picked up? Is there something that needs to be fixed? In my school, what needs to be done? Is there somebody that's hurting that maybe I need to approach and comfort? What needs to be done? And I think with that, it's the idea of like, if I see a need, I meet it, or make sure that it gets met. And I don't just dish it off to somebody else. I don't just say, well, hey, I saw this needs to happen. I just want to make you aware. No, you see that it's met. Whether that's you yourself or you make sure that somebody that maybe has the ability to meet that need, it is met. And so I love that. Jesus is highly relational, and he's highly responsible. And I think that speaks to us because we often like to defer. We like to take the easy road out and not be as relational because the relationships are messy. But Jesus encourages us to step into the mess and to love people well and to serve them even with all the baggage that they have around them. And it's in doing that that we grow closer, that we grow deeper. It's not a program. It's not something that we're waiting to be done for us, but we are serving Jesus by following him in his way. Jesus said, I came to serve, not to be served, and give my life as a ransom for many. And he's calling us to do the same. So let's follow in his way, church. All right, we'll talk to you later.